Nothing can separate. Even if I ran away, your love never fails. Never fails. I know I still make mistakes, but you have new mercies for me every day. Hey, but your love never fails. No, no, and you stay the same. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid, because I know that you love me. Your love never fails. The wind is strong and the water's deep, but I'm not alone here in these open seas. Your love never fails. Never fails. It never fails. The chasm was far too wide. I never thought I'd reach the other side, but your love never fails. No, no, and you stay the same. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid. Because I know that you love me, and your love never fails. Never fails. No, no, no. Never fails. It never fails. All things work together for my good. Oh, you make all things, hey, work together for my good. Oh, oh, you make all things work together for my good. Oh, you make all things work together for my good. Sing it again, say all things, yeah, all things, hey, work together for my good. They work together, yeah, all things, hey, work together for my good. Because you stay the same. You stay the same through the ages. Your love never changes. There may be pain in the night, but joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid, because I know that you love me. Your love never fails. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same through the ages. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same across the ages. You stay the same through the ages. the same across the always the same. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same across the ages. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same. Always the same. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same across the ages. You stay the same through the ages. Always the same. Always the same. You stay the same. You stay the same. And I know that you love me, God. You stay the same. Unchanging, unchanging, God. Unchanging, unchanging, God. Unchanging. I know that you love me. I know that you love me. Yeah. I know that you love me. I know that you love me. I know that you love me. I know that you love me, God. And I know that you love me. Stay the same through the ages. Love never changes. There may be pain in the night. Joy comes in the morning. Joy comes in the morning. And when the oceans rage, I don't have to be afraid. Because I know that you love me. Your love never fails.
Zonda Kids presents the Jesus Storybook Bible. Every story whispers his name. Written by Sally Lloyd-Jones and read by David Suchet. A new way to see. Of all the people who kept the rules, Saul was the best. "I'm good at being good," he'd tell you. He was very proud and very good, but he wasn't very nice. Saul hated anyone who loved Jesus. He travelled around looking for them. He wanted to catch them and put them in prison. He wanted everyone to forget all about Jesus. He didn't believe Jesus was the rescuer, and he didn't believe Jesus was alive either. You see, Saul had never met Jesus. So, one day, Jesus met Saul. Saul was on his way to Damascus when suddenly a dazzling light flashed like lightning. It was brighter than the sun. It was too bright. Saul shielded his eyes and fell to the ground. He heard a loud voice. It was too loud. It gave Saul a headache. "Saul, Saul," said the loud voice. "Why are you fighting me?" "Lord," Saul answered, "who are you?" "I am Jesus," said the voice. "When you hurt my friends, you are hurting me too." Saul's whole body trembled. "Go to the city," Jesus said. "I'll tell you what to do." When Saul opened his eyes, he couldn't see. His helpers had to hold his hand and lead him like a little child. Saul was blind for 3 whole days, and yet it was as if he was seeing for the very first time. Meanwhile, there was a man called Ananias who loved Jesus. Jesus came to him in a dream. "Go to Saul and pray for him, and I will make him see again." Ananias knew all about Saul and how he hated Jesus' followers. "Lord, he has come to hurt us." But Jesus told Ananias, "Saul is the one I've chosen to tell the whole world who I am." So Ananias went to Saul. "Brother Saul," Ananias said, "it was Jesus you met on the road." And Ananias prayed for Saul. Suddenly Saul could see again, but he saw everything differently. He wasn't mean anymore. He even changed his name from Saul to Paul, which means small and humble, the very opposite of proud. And do you know what Ananias' name means? The Lord is full of grace. Grace is just another word for gift, which is funny because that's just what Paul's message was all about from then on. "It's not about keeping rules," Paul told people. "You don't have to be good at being good for God to love you. You just have to believe what Jesus has done and follow him, because it's not about trying. It's about trusting. It's not about rules. It's about grace, God's free gift that cost him everything." What had happened to Paul? He had met Jesus. Paul got a new job. He called himself a servant and travelled everywhere telling everyone about Jesus. He got shipwrecked 3 times. He even ended up in prison. "God loves us," he wrote from prison. "Nothing can ever, no, not ever, separate us from the never-stopping, never giving up, unbreaking, always and forever love of God he showed us in Jesus." And so it was, just as God promised Abraham that dark night all those years before. The family of God's children grew and grew until one day they would come to number more than even all the stars in the sky.
I know the reason why my feet can't stop, my heart can't help but sing. It's a wonderful feeling to feel your love for me, to feel the joy you bring. Your love is the answer, so I sing to you. The reason is you, Jesus.
You're why I'm singing now.
The reason is you, Jesus.
You're what it's all about.
At the cross you set me free, and I'm thankful that you love me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm thankful that you love me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I know the reason why my hands are up, my feet dance down below. It's a wonderful feeling that I belong to you, no matter where I may go. free. And I'm thankful that you love me. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. I'm thankful that you love me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. All right, let's get it. Come on. 1, 2, 3, sing. I can't stop this feeling. Jesus, you're the reason. I never wanna shake this feeling. Jesus, you're the reason.